Hey guys, it's Erin from Ginger's Florals. Today is a big planting day. Now, I started this project a couple days ago. I'll probably show you a little bit of footage of that. But I got stopped by some rain, big rain. I got all geared up in my rain gear, and it didn't work so well. I did manage to get these 4 trays of sunflowers. It was the next succession into this row, so they're looking pretty good. They got well watered in. Got started planting sunflowers and then required a wardrobe change because it started pouring down rain. I'm gonna get back after it. I can't film it while it's raining, but I'm gonna get back out there. I'll show you how far I get. If it stops raining, then I'll take the camera back out. But I have a whole ton more to plant. I feel like I'm so behind, but I know that I'm probably not actually that far behind. It just always feels that way this time of year. The tulips take a ton of my time. There's such manual labor to get those to market that some of this stuff goes by the wayside. So I'm gonna walk you through real quick what the plan is and show you where we're at in the field right now, and then we'll get to planting. Oh my goodness, do you see this? The lupin's getting ready to bloom. It's so exciting. Okay, so this first row is all weeds. The larkspur bupleurum, we've talked about it before, they never came up. I don't know what happened, bad seed, whatever it was. So I'm gonna rip this up. We're gonna end up putting something tall here. I think apple of Peru and red leaf hibiscus will probably go here. This is a whole bunch. I need to fix the fabric, but there's a whole bunch of foxgloves and sweet rocket, sweet William, and then a whole bunch more foxglove down that way. This row at the 12-inch spacing, this is going to be amaranth and cosmos, the first succession of them. This one is obviously, it's all the sunflowers. This row, we're going to plant eucalyptus. These guys, the seed is always a little spotty on the germination, but they have been in this tray for months, like months. I think I seeded them December, January, so they want to get out, get into the ground, start putting on some growth. The rest of this row will be scented geranium outside of the eucalyptus. This row we've done before. It's Snapdragons, this first part, and then stalk back there. This is the first succession. As soon as these bloom, their first set of blooms, I'll pull them all, and I think this is where the next round of cosmos and amaranth will go. These 3 rows that the wind, we had a pretty terrible windstorm, tore this all up. These 3 rows will be dahlias. I've cut back quite a bit this year, just for my own sanity. I love them. They're great flowers for bouquets, but they are so much work. At least for me, because I have to dig them every year. Either way, these 3 rows will be dahlias. These 3 rows will be zinnias. I have some really super fun new varieties from Floret that I've got seedlings for, that will end up in here, along with my Benary's Giant and my Queen Lime series, because those are my favorites. This row, we've already put stock, the second round of stock back there. This front bit will all be Snapdragons again. These ones I'm going to leave in, so I'll end up pinching these ones. That group, once that stalk blooms out, I'll pull it and I'll probably plant some sunflowers or something back there. This whole row is Black-Eyed Susans. I did a couple successions if you've been following along with the seed starting. These first 2 trays are the first succession. This is Indian Summer. I'm only going to do 1 because it puts out blooms for a long time. And then I succession sowed the Sahara varieties. This one first I sowed at the same time as the Indian Summer, and then those 2 I sowed about a month later. They don't put out quite as many blooms as the Indian Summer does, so I wanted to make sure I had blooms for longer in the season. I don't have anything yet. This will be the Lavaterra and Bee Balm and some other, a whole bunch of other stuff in these rows. And then this row, I need to pull some of these seedlings. I think these might be either Gomphrena or Status. I'm not really, I think Status seedlings, because there was a lot of seed that got left over. I gotta clean that up a bit. I'm gonna move the weed block from that end up at the front that was at the 6-inch spacing down here to this row. This is the third row in, and then I'm going to plant all of these in there. So all these sunflowers, I'm going to plant the corn cockle and the saponaria, the cress, and the forget-me-nots, all in this row. They're all fairly short-lived, so they'll come and go in all succession with more short time bloomings. Plants like more saponaria, like more cress, I'll just turn the bed over as necessary. And Izzy is not supposed to be in the field, but she decided to come join us anyway. So that's the plan for today. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 trays. So that's around around 1,000 plants to get in the ground. We'll see how far we get. Hopefully we get through all of it. And then as that's happening, I'm pulling out all the seedlings out of the greenhouse so that they can all get hardened off. I've left the windows and vents open and the doors open overnight already, so they're getting the cooler temperatures. The heat has been off, but I need to get them outside so they can start getting used to it. Within the next, the goal is that within the next 3 weeks or so, this whole field is planted. So that's the goal. Once that's done, it's a lot less on my mind at that point, because I can just maintain it, let them grow, keep them watered, fertilized, weeded, and that's a lot less stressful than trying to harvest and sell along with planting at the same time. And the crops that we do rotate, they're one-offs, so it's not a huge burden. I do, while I have you here, want to give you another quick look at the ranunculus, because my goodness, they're in full swing now, and they are just, they've got to be my favorite blooms of the season. Well, the tulip, I don't know, it's a toss-up. The tulips are pretty darn nice too. They're just a lot less work, the ranunculus. Oh, and I do have it, sorry, I get distracted so easily. I have lilies that have been growing in here that are just about to bloom, so I should have lilies this week at the market. And oh, look at these ranunculus. These guys, the succession of them, they're growing really nicely. They're not too far from starting to put up bloom spikes. Maybe another month. And these guys, oh my goodness. I cut 6 buckets out of these 3 rows last week. And look at them. It's like they never got touched. The whole thing. I gotta get out here. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It's gonna rain, so I want to get them before the rain does. This pink is my absolute favorite. With the yellow. This pastel mix, I'm gonna order a whole lot more of these for this coming season. Yeah, they're just so beautiful. I could do nothing but those and be perfectly happy for my own aesthetic. I know not everybody likes all the pastel colors, but I do. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna have a few more sips of my coffee and then get in there, set up a camera, and just start planting. I'll walk you through the end on some of the spacing and why I did things the way I did. But for just the planting portion, you've seen me do it. I have my trusty butter knife in my pocket for planting everything, my knee pad, And yeah, I think it's time to get going. So excited. Okay guys, we're about as far as we're gonna get today. I didn't realize that all of these sunflowers, they still need a little bit of time to root in before I feel good about putting them in the ground. They're just, the root balls are not solid yet, so I want to give them a little bit more time. So let's walk through what we did get through in the last couple days. This row, sorry about the shadow, we have forget-me-nots, blue and pink, and then saponaria, and then cress, and I started on the sunflowers, but yeah, I had to stop because I don't want them to not be able to survive out here. So I'm going to give them another few days, maybe a week. Hopefully get them in this weekend. We managed to get this whole row. See all these little guys? This is the Indian Summer Black-Eyed Susans, and then the rest is, well, not quite. Most of the rest is Sahara Black-Eyed Susan, and then the very end we tucked in the last bit of the Snapdragons that didn't fit in this row that we just filled in. There's a lot of beautiful flowers to come. And then up this way, everything's been watered in, so that's why we have pools of water. I ran the sprinklers in a couple times today. And so this row, we already saw it's the first round of Snapdragons and stock down there. And this row we finished off with sunflowers. Look at these guys. They're growing so well. I'm going to have to get some corralling in here soon so I can make sure I have straight stems. And then we got the foxglove in down there, and I pulled the weed block here. I need to weed this all out and get some more fabric down for the 18-inch spacing or 12-inch spacing for the other stuff. But yeah, it's been a lot of work. There's still a lot to go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 19 rows filled. Yeah, a lot to do. But if I keep, oh, I forgot. We also put in, we also put in our little eucalyptus babies. But there's a lot to do, but as long as we keep steady at it, do, you know, as much as I can every night, then we'll get there before you know it. The only thing left for me to do today is to pull everything else out of the greenhouse so that it can harden off and be ready to go by this weekend. I think I might hire my nephews to come help me for the day, planting and planting and planting, maybe rototilling back over there. Okay, well, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you like the video, hit the like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.